Alright, I've made a number of changes to this design since my last test. I think it has a better chance of working this time. First off, I got all the plastic parts out of the heat stream. I put these band clamps on the ends where I had a 3D printed plastic thing to kind of hold that screw in place. But you don't really need this, but it kind of bows this thing out if I don't put that on there. And I also moved these. They were at the top. I put them at the side, and kind of a happy accident, this kind of thing sits right there when I'm ready to dump the beans, so that works out pretty good there too. I've changed a number of things with the firmware. I start with the baffle at the top, and I rotate 105 degrees this way, and it comes back to the top, and it goes back this way 105, and then back to top and back and forth like that. That way it keeps this baffle out of the mix. And it should keep the beans more in the airflow, but still mixing them. I've got a little bit faster speed I'm going to use on the sweep motor. And that's about all I can think of for now. And yeah, it's about 10 to 12 mile-an-hour winds, which winds might affect us, but I put it up against the garage, so I've cut out a lot of the wind back in here. So it doesn't really feel that bad. So let me put the beans in there and let it go. Also got another digital thermometer I might put at the edges to test the heats, like right at the top of these things, or right on the edge. And this is the same beans I roasted the other day. Since they didn't really get that hot, I think it's okay to try them again. They did lose, I did weigh them, I think they lost about 0.2% weight maybe, so they maybe did get a little moisture out of them. But I don't think, let's see, I think we might be ready to run it. Alright, let's see. Turn the motor on first. I'll let it run a little bit before I actually turn the heat on. Right, this turns on. Turn the Arduino on. And I have a timer built into the Arduino now. After it homes, it'll start counting. And I have the rotation at 25 RPMs and the sweep at 90 millimeters per second. It's probably a little less than that because of the load. Comes back again, but it's taking a little over 30 seconds to get to the end. Let's try it. And the temperature starts out at 76 degrees. Oh, and I've also moved this cage down 30 millimeters so it's closer to the heat. 81 degrees at 1 minute. I'll probably subtract 30 seconds from this timer because I started at about a little over 30 seconds in. Slowly going up. We got 91 degrees, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Interesting. It's blowing up when it's already at the other end. 99, 101, 102, 103. 104. 106. This plastic should be a little below the heat stream, so should be alright there. Yeah, my fingers don't feel any heat there, so you don't feel it till about there. Alright, 121. $125, $124. So maybe it's dropping at 1 degree at this temperature range anyway, when it gets all the way to the end. And this is about 4 ounces of beans, just a little bit less than that because this is the previous roast that only lost 0.2%. I think it was 113.5 grams initially, and I weighed about a 111 point some grams. I'll see if I can get above that 140 degree that I had the other day, but I'm about 4 minutes. Timer's 4:35, so it's about 4 minutes. The heat. Oh, I think I'm seeing some. I think I'm seeing a little bit of chafe coming off of there. That's a good sign. 139, 140. 141, that's higher than I got before. I'm about 5 minutes after putting the heat on. 144. Got to 144, 143. I'm staying at 144. I think that's a very good sign that chafe is coming off of it. Too long to read for really to tell anything. Yeah, plastic's still cool. Might get a little warm. The heat gun does get pretty close to it, I guess. this side. I don't think it's that warm though. Not enough to affect the plastic. I'm staying at 144. Yet I don't know what really is a good range, since the thermocoupler is actually away from the beans. I have to go more by the color and after it gets first crack. Which we're coming up on 8 minutes, well 7.5 minutes really. Out 149, 150. Bumblebee. And this design might benefit from having a little flared connection off the top of that nozzle. It might be beneficial to have a full rotation every once in a while. Rotate back and forth, and then rotate one full resolution to get them even more mixed up. I see a couple of beans in there that look like they're a lot darker than the others. I'm at 159 degrees. And 9 minutes into the heat. Which with the other roaster it only took 7 or 8 minutes to hit the first crack. So this is a little slower. That was a 10-minute warning. Well, it looks like I still need some adjustments to it. At least it's actually roasting this time. And it doesn't look like it's losing any steps. During the tests I had to tweak it a little bit because I lose a step every once in a while with our rotation. Since I put the timer in there, the timer cuts into the loop a little bit. 165 degrees. That's 11 minutes. Oh, I might have heard a crack. I think it could stand a full rotation every once in a while. The reason I went to the back and forth is because of that inside baffle to kind of keep that out of the mix. I tried a little bit longer rotation, like 135 and above. I even tried 180, but it's because I'm using a different method for the motor. That way it's cut into the missteps and it wasn't working as well.
actually the temperature's dropping off a little bit. 160.
The wind pick up a little bit. The wind might have affected me. Yeah, somebody suggested putting some polycarbonate panels on the sides, and I'm a little leery about doing that because they have heat. They have problems after you hit 248 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the sides they might actually, near the top, they might actually get that. I know I was getting that high a temperature on the flour sifter.
My temperature's dropping off. 145.
I'm not sure what happened. Oh, I think I actually have this turned all the way up. I usually turn the temperature down just a little bit on this heat gun. Not quite go to the max, but I think I left it on max, which is about 1200 degrees Fahrenheit at the source. I guess it's at the source is what they consider.
14 minutes.
Did drop off. I don't know whether some of these devices have a protection circuit where they cut down the temperature after a while just for safety, so they might have kicked that in. Another thing I might change with this design, I have it offset from the center of the C-beam. I think initially I wanted to keep the motor and the belt within the C-beam, and I'm not as concerned about that since I've got these vertical 2020s. They would be within that anyway. So I might change it. Wouldn't have to adjust it too much. I just have to 3D print those parts again. Might be worth a try.
I'm at 149.
I guess I need to try this on a calm day without any wind. Unless I put some baffles around it, which I was trying to avoid doing for now, in the testing phase anyway. I guess I'll let it run to 20 minutes and then I'll stop it. Minutes, 150 degrees. Doesn't seem like it wants to get in there. Maybe I should have put it on the top step, or maybe cut down a little bit more of the. I don't want to put the heat that close to the door though. Big enough right there. That's a little bit of heat there. Temperature's going back up. It's 158, 19 minutes. I should let it run. Saw a little bit more shape come off there. So maybe if the wind stays calm, maybe it'll. That seems to be my problem now is the wind, because I can see the temperature dropping as soon as the wind kicks in. And from 159 to 151, 150. That's what's causing my problem now. It's getting a slow roast though. Maybe it'll be better. 20 minutes. It's down to 133. I can't do anything else with that. Let me kill the heat. Wind might. I think it needs a little bit more agitation than that. I would have kept the full rotation, but it seems to have kept the beans more on the side than on the bottom. But yet this kind of moving to the side too. That was more on the bottom than they were. I just don't know. It sort of works though. See if I can go ahead and dump the beans. I think it's cool enough. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to.
It's a light roast. If it didn't get the first crack, so I don't know how good that would taste. It's probably really earthy tasting. Should be able to see that. Yeah, a lot of variation in color. It's not getting mixed well enough.